Welcome to the Punch and Preacher podcast, where we are spiritual, sophisticated, and savage as...
Yeah! This is a family-friendly podcast.
Join us every Tuesday as we release new episodes of life, leadership, and living the faith. If you like the podcast and you want to subscribe, do that. Follow the link, like the video. If you want even more to be part of the Punch and Preacher podcast community, go to punchandpreacherpodcast.com, find the link, submit your email, and if you don't like the podcast, just let me know, and we'll schedule a meeting right here. Have a good day. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Punch and Preacher podcast, episode number 11. Got a unique episode today. Looking forward to it. I have had a privilege to interview a few local fighters, Cleveland area fighters, coaches, promoters, and today's episode will be that. We're going to talk with Dajuan the Punisher Calloway. One of the things that I am finding intriguing about sports today, and I love this, is whether it's tennis, bowling, basketball, baseball, football, the fight game, whatever it is, everybody has a story. And I appreciate watching sportsmanship and commentators discuss the story of what's happening there. And this fits into a grander narrative, right? And we've talked in earlier episodes how life really is just this huge story. It is the story of God uniting people together, wanting us to walk with Him, wanting us to get along with each other. We all have a story to share. But today, we're going to spend some time with a local fighter, Dajuan the Punisher Calloway. And when I say the Punisher, I mean that. I've watched this man knock people unconscious in person. It's fantastic to watch. Dajuan is an up-and-coming heavyweight prospect here in the Cleveland area. He's got 9 pro fights, 7 knockouts. The man is literally a Punisher. He lives by the name. I remember the first time that I saw him in person. He was working security at a fight, and I walked in, and he was taking my ticket, and I literally looked up to him. He is an imposing human being. But it has been a blessing to watch his career evolve, to watch his story go. And just like any other fighter, athlete, whatever they may be, I mean, you could fill in the blank for whatever you do in life. But he has a story. He had passions that got him started off. This is something that means a lot to him. Therefore, he's put the work into it. There's a lot to Dajuan's story. What a team of trainers and coaches and sparring partners and everybody, the fellowship that can come from that can generate. Good guy, good dude, great story. But Dajuan is fighting this Saturday in Arizona. He's in Glendale, Arizona, fighting on ESPN. Going to be a great show. I will be watching this. My son asked me tonight. He's like, "Dad, can we fly out?" You know what? All these price tickets, man, and see where it is. But if you have an opportunity this weekend, watch him on ESPN fight, local Cleveland fighter, athlete, great story, up-and-coming prospect. I would love to see this man contending for the heavyweight championship of the world at some point soon, and I think he is in position to do that. So it's a blessing being able to talk to him, but I will not delay you any longer. Dajuan, the Punisher Calloway, this interview is going to go over his story, his fight history, and what's upcoming for him. So great to have you guys all together today. Take a listen, and I will catch you next week. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on Punch and Preacher podcast. I am here with professional heavyweight fighter Dajuan the Punisher Calloway. 7-2, 7 knockouts. You got a big fight coming up here. It's going to be 8-2 with your 8th knockout coming up.
Sir.
Right. I love the confidence. I come in here to interview you, and you're like warmed up and ready to go. You look like you were done with the warm-up, and not only were you just saying, "Hey, this is just my warm-up," but you were like, all looked like you were done with your workout and everything else. You looked fantastic.
I appreciate that. Just getting started.
I bet. So walk me through number one. I want to know your getting into boxing, what that was like for you, your first amateur fight, your first professional fight. We talked last week. We had a few issues, but walk me through this again so everybody here can hear it.
I got into boxing. I was in college playing football. Didn't really like that. I was walking through the little Hall of Fame they had in the school. I seen 2 fighters on the wall, and that kind of sparked my interest. I already had an interest from Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is my favorite fighter. The way that he brings that aggression to the fight game and everything. So it was just like I had to do it. I had to give it a chance. So that's what I did when I came back home.
How old were you?
I was 21, I think. Yeah, 21.
Okay. And you haven't had a ton of experience. That's something we talked through last week. Like, you've had a really good professional run. That's abnormal for some, especially us bigger guys, but everything else. You're really
I think I was chosen for it, man. Just blessed to have the ability to do it. I was just trying to find my way, and then once I found it, I just knew I had the talent to do it.
First amateur fight, what was going through your mind as you're preparing, training, you're walking to the ring, you're getting in the ring? Mentally, what's going through your mind?
That's a long time ago. Nerves. It was just the nervousness of it in front of my family, hometown. But going in there, once the bell rang, everything came back to all the training and everything. I fought a southpaw in my first fight. Okay. So that was interesting, and won.
So, knockout, what round was that?
I think it was the third round for the first amateur. Yeah.
Yeah. And those are 3-minute rounds, or a little bit longer than those amateur, or the amateur round was still 3
short.
Yeah. Okay. First pro fight. Walk me through that one.
First pro fight, we trained. We fought the guy earlier, but he wanted a rematch professionally. I fought him in the amateurs or something like that. And once we got out there, I was going to work my jab. That's all it took was a jab. One jab, and he was done.
Just one punch?
One punch.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I remember I was just starting to follow your career right around your first pro fight. It was whenever I was hearing about you and this monster of a man down in Strongsville and tearing everything up. Now, you've had a run since then. You're again, 7-2. You're into this. You're in a rhythm now. You've got fights coming up. Loved your last fight. That was a very punishing knockout.
Yeah.
Who do you think you would model yourself as? Saying, hey, other heavyweight greats in the past, who do you think you best imitate, style-wise, mentally?
I adapt. It depends on the fight. So, like I said, I studied Tyson. I studied James Toney. Is like a big influence on my.
I can see James Toney.
My style. So I mean, I switch back and forth. I do whatever the fight needs. I'll bring to the table. So people are gonna be shocked by what I bring to the fight this time. Bring the pressure. They're not gonna expect that, but. It's coming.
So how about the mental preparation with that, right? So you can adapt well.
Yes,
you have good coaching here. There's great athletes here at this gym.
Yeah.
Folks might have heard of one or two of them that have come out of Strong Style over the years here.
Yeah.
So you have that pedigree here. Training and prepping for a fight, the mental part of it, watching film of the other guys, scouting him out, making your game plan. Walk us through that side of fighting, especially at the professional level.
Well, first off, film study. I study film non-stop. Any free time I get is film, either watching the opponent if he has any film on line out there, I'm watching that, or just fighters that I like to like their style, and something I can just take from that and put it in my own. Okay. So it's like I'm always watching film. That gives me more confidence to bring it into the gym with all the sparring with the high level guys we got, and that just helps me get ready for the real fight. It makes the fight easy. So
do you find, because again, there's a pretty good stable of fighters here. Do you find that just the ones you train with, the coaches, the whole entire team, boxing it's an individual sport when you're out there, but it's a team effort outside of that. Do you find that those guys keep you in competition? They keep you on your toes. They keep you moving.
Yeah.
The benefit of having a good team when you train. What's that like for you here at Strong Style specifically?
Oh, Strong Style is great, man. The energy, the motivation that each other bring, we give to each other. It's just like you see the next guy getting ready for his fight, so that inspires you to go even harder in your training, to get ready for your fight. So the energy level is just like a big thing here, and that just brings us all together even more.
My first experience at Strong Style was last week, and I came in and literally sitting at the pro shop, you can just feel the energy of the place. Yeah. I mean, it's active. The parking lot is full. The weight room side, jiu-jitsu, everything going on, boxers in the back. Everything looks just contagious. It's just this ongoing environment that continues to feed you, continues to motivate you. What are you looking for after this fight?
Bigger fights. I mean, just any big names if we can. I'm here to make a statement for this fight. I got to come in there. I got to take this guy out. So just bigger fights down the road.
I mean, for the professional fighter to have your first couple fights, you're getting into pro game, you're learning that full round stuff, you're expanding your athleticism. You're now 9 fights deep. This is 10. You've got some more stuff coming up after this with those bigger fights. How is your training and preparation different now than it was maybe fight 2 or 3? After this fight, how will you continue to level up training, everything else beyond there?
Well, it's pretty much the same. It's just the intensity just picks up. So it just helps with the intensity. My coach is a intense guy, nice guy but intense. So he pushes through some hard training, so we'll be ready to fight once it comes. So nothing's going to surprise us in there. And that was it.
Fantastic, man. You know, your mom means a lot to you. You got some goals and stuff there. You talked about last week, you know, you want to make sure you're taking care of family, taking care of yourself and all that stuff. And as you level up, those opportunities continue to multiply.
Yeah.
So I know that's something that's a very special part of you. We have an opportunity here. We're here. We're going to be out on YouTube and everything else.
Yeah.
Who you calling out?
Everybody. I'm just getting in better shape each fight, each day. So I'm calling out any and everybody, man. So I'm about to punish everybody. Heavyweight division, it's mine.
I dig it. And you really are a serious contender. Like you have the mobility, you have the strength, you have the experience, the coaching, you train with the team. You're legitimate. It's coming up. That day's coming. So I appreciate working with you, brother. I sure don't want to spar you, but I would if you ever really needed somebody. I could be one of those challengers, like the 100th one in line.
Yeah,
I'll get there for you.
I'll keep that in mind.
All right. Thank you, guys. Punch and Preacher Podcast every Tuesday morning. Welcome to the Punch and Preacher Podcast, where we are spiritual, sophisticated, and savage as...
Yeah! This is a family-friendly podcast.
Join us every Tuesday as we release new episodes of life, leadership, and living the faith. If you like the podcast and you want to subscribe, do that. Follow the link, like the video. If you want even more to be part of the Punch and Preacher Podcast community, go to punchandpreacherpodcast.com, find the link, submit your email, and if you don't like the podcast, just let me know, and we'll schedule a meeting right here. Have a good day.